like a Hellcat.
Alright guys, so welcome back to the channel. Alright, so the stream is going to start soon. 3, 2, 1.
Hello agents and
Hey,
welcome
Kim.
to the Marvel Future Fight V6.5 stream. I am your host Kim, and as always, I'm very happy to be here with you. Now,
Happy
today
to
we
be
are
with you,
doing
Kim.
a slightly different stream. It will be much shorter than you're
Okay.
used to, so just be aware of that. If you have thoughts on that, please let us know in the comments. We always love hearing
Right.
your feedback.
Shorter
Now,
stream,
as
huh?
for this update, it's pretty awesome because it's
Hmm.
Symbiote Invasion. So the symbiotes are a very interesting part of the Marvel Universe, and how they affect their hosts, i.e. characters that we know, like Eddie Brock, like a few others that we will get into in this stream, is very interesting to follow and to
Right.
see how they work together as a hive mind and separate, and how they work with their hosts is always an interesting relationship, to say the least. So with that said, we have two new characters. The first is a symbiote character, and that is Scream, and I can't wait for you to
Two
see
new
who she
characters.
is.
So,
The second one is something the fans, i.e. you, have been asking for a long time. Spider-Woman is now in Marvel Future Fight. Jessica Drew is here, and
So,
she has so
what
many
happened to
cool
Knull?
moves. I can't wait to go over them all. We also have new uniforms. There is one for Venom. I mean, I know I've been saying this, but the way this uniform looks is so incredible. It is detailed, it is scary, I like it a lot, and we have some additional characters. We're going to surprise you with who's to come. We also have for you a new world boss in-game. I'm not going to say who it is yet, but I'm just going to put out that this is the Symbiote Invasion update, and let you work
So
from there.
if World Boss is there
Once again,
in
if you
game,
didn't
then
see
that
on the
World Boss
top,
character
there
has
will
to
be
be there,
rewards
like
in
the
this
other
stream. They will
World
be
Bosses, right?
serving. So we will release a link at the end of the stream.
So
in the
why do you
description.
say just two new
If you click
characters?
the
Doesn't
link, be
really
sure to
makes
enter
any
your player
sense.
ID. You can copy that easily from your game, and then we'll know where to send the rewards. They will go to you. So please be ready for that at the end of the stream. And once again, this stream will be shorter, so wait, it will come sooner than you might think. All right, let's check out this quick video, and then I'm going to get Cage in here, and we're going to go over all of it.
Alright, let's watch this video, guys. Did I see Spider-Gwen? Oh boy. Carnage! Oh boy! Look at Null.
All right, we're back, and Cage is here.
That was
everybody.
sick, boys.
What's up, guys? Happy to be back. Always fun to see some familiar faces.
Yes, of course.
Did we see Carnage,
We have
boys?
some new faces to see
Did
today,
we
and
see
those
Carnage?
are the new characters. Let's get into it.
All right. So the first character we're introducing is a new member of the Symbiote family. Kim, what can you tell us about Scream?
All right, well, Scream is... three different people have been Scream at different times. This one, however, is Andy Benton, for you comic fans out there. She has a very interesting look. She, without spoiling too much, she's kind of in the same vein as you might find Venom and Carnage.
Right.
There's a little bit of corruption going on there. I just
A
think
lot
you
of
need to
corruption,
see
Kim.
how she looks, because it's amazing.
All right, so I'm excited too, and we're sure you fans are too. So let's go ahead and just jump straight to it.
Yes.
All right, so just by her entrance alone, you can see she's already ready to cause some damage. So
Yeah.
let's start with the first skill. This is the Scream.
So Scream doesn't have any kind of advancement skill, right?
And then cause some bleed.
No, or transcend skill, whatever you call it. Just 5 skills.
And the colors all blending together. It's chaotic, and I think that fits her just right.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
So similar to Medusa, Scream is actually able to weaponize her hair, hence the name of her second skill, which is the Trichokinetic Whip. Try saying that 3 times fast. Trichonesis meaning the ability
Okay,
to
so far first two skill doesn't really have
I'd like to see them face each
hyphen.
other one day.
That'd be a fun matchup. Anyways, this skill causes a brief stun in addition to bleeding.
Very cool.
Right.
So next up is the Screaming Sphere. So this attack will actually slow down enemies in their tracks. After rolling up into a ball that you can see here, she ends up spreading her tendrils across the target's feet, which will lower the enemy's defense.
So there is no invincibility or
she jumps into the air and on top of them into a massive symbiotic ball of death. Fun.
That's not a
So only when she jumps, that's an iframe.
But here we are.
See? There is no invincibility or anything.
May actually enjoy. So after buffing her
Not at all a safe skill, at least on the test server it looks like.
Horrific cyclone.
Oh my gosh.
Has the hair blades been?
That is like the ultimate headbanging move right there.
Flip your hair back and forth.
Again, no defense, boys. No defense.
So this concluding skill on the list is
Wall Blast is going to slap her. Alright. Fifth skill does have his invincibility.
As her symbiotic tendrils strike out everything within her proximity, and then pulls them inwards before forcing everyone out and leaving them stunned.
This is so chaotic. I really like it, but it's whoa.
This is just so much fun in all these symbiotic characters, which you'll see throughout the stream. But yeah,
right.
Fun characters,
so much.
on everything.
Yeah, I like it. I like a chaotic character, and that would be Scream.
So the developers also gave us their list. They gave us a tiny little bit of information in addition to a recommended skill combo. For Scream, the developers recommend gathering enemies with skill 5 and linking the other skills in order of 4, 3, and 2. On a separate note, they also say that you can actually cancel skill 3 when activating it. So the recommended skill combination that the developers recommend is skills 5, 4, 3, and 2.
Okay.
All right. That'll be easy for me to remember.
I don't know.
Yep, and that is
Scream doesn't seems to be really safe.
Very good.
At least on the server from their streaming, right?
I'm intrigued, but let's move on to our second new character.
Right, Spider-Man. Oh my god.
That's right. Now,
Why does the character model looks hideous to me?
Venom blasts her way into Marvel Future Fight. Thanks to the team, we are delighted to welcome Spider-Woman to Marvel Future.
Okay.
Yeah, so
She fights like Miguel.
She's finally here. We've been waiting for you a long time, Spider-Woman. She is much more than just a female version of Spider-Man. She is her entirely different character, different skill sets,
Right.
history, and I can't wait to go over her.
Well, I'm excited.
Let's do it. Let's check it out, boys.
All right, entering the fray with her iconic.
The entrance is good.
You can see
Yeah.
is ready.
And she does have an advancement skill, guys. As we saw in the sneak peek one, Awake.
Drew is actually a blast character.
Wow.
That said, let's start.
So first,
Skill 1 is the Spidey Sense Kick, which has a good delivery.
Blast Spider.
Venom Blast, followed by a swift stunning kick.
Interesting.
Flip kick.
Next skill on the list is the Bioelectric Roll. Jessica dives past her opponents and then zaps them again from behind.
Very cool. Using her electricity powers, which shows she is a
Electricity powers.
For the Pheromone Taunt, Spider-Woman makes use of her pheromones to not only
Some kind of charm? Yeah,
increase their
charm.
lightning resistance as well, providing
Right.
a tactical advantage with the use of her skills. You can also see that her skill increases her stats.
So far,
I love.
Where is the webbing?
It has little heart shapes in it.
A little bit of charm there for you.
Yeah.
Spider-Woman's Radio Spider Blast bolsters her defense stats before further weakening her opponent's lightning resistance with a larger Venom Blast.
Right.
More Venom Blast upon Venom Blast, so players will definitely have fun with that.
We got Venom, we got lightning, we got little heart shapes. You can't stop her.
No one can.
No one can.
No one can.
Her fifth but not final skill is the Arachne Rush. After strengthening her offensive stats, she dashes about, striking multiple enemies in the area, decreasing their defenses while zapping them. All before
Interesting.
A final larger shockwave. We're definitely sure our agents are going to have fun.
I don't know, something tells me she seems like a paywall character to
She
me.
has more than 5 skills. The Spider-Verse fans will definitely enjoy this awakening skill.
Right.
After activating the Arachne dive bomb, Spider-Woman calls upon her spider friends, and after their spider sense detects an incoming attack, they swiftly dodge it, causing enemies in the area to be
Okay, so
dead.
Silk and
Any
Spider-Gwen.
attack are then webbed
So
up
are
with
they
Spider-Gwen,
getting
lowering their defenses and then finished off by
their
using
advancement
blast.
skills too?
So in addition to Spider-Woman, as you can tell, both Spider-Gwen and Silk will be given awakening skills.
Oh
You guys
yes,
can look forward to that
yes,
as well.
yes.
I love that silk.
But are they getting
here.
uniforms? That's the question, right?
You know, if you're a Symbiote fan, you're a Spider-Verse fan, plenty of stuff to look forward to.
Yes.
So next up, we have the developers' helpful hints. So the developers recommend using the electric resistance reduction debuff on skill 3 and the attack buff on skill 5 for a maximized damage input.
Okay.
So the recommended skill combination is skills 3, 5, and 4.
Right,
Very good. All right, Cage. Thank you for that.
right.
And that does it for the new characters.
All right, everyone. We've got Scream and Spider-Woman.
Where is
Let us
Knull?
know who's your favorite so far? Let us know in those comments, because I'd like to hear it. All right, Cage. You know what else I'd like to hear about? Uniforms.
Uniforms? All right.
Yes, uniforms. You got it. Let's get into it.
So before we get to Venom, we do have a new, different character who's
Right.
given a new uniform, who's part of the Spider-Verse. That is
Okay.
actually Spider-Gwen, who will be given.
Woohoo!
Yes,
Kim will
yes.
talk about the
Oh
Venom.
boy!
Okay, sorry to interrupt you. I am very
no, please do.
enthusiastic about Gwenom because I read this series, and it's the Spider-Gwen
Gwenom!
universe is very
Oh
different
boy,
from what,
she looks
you
damn freaking
might
hot, boys.
consider
She
to be
is
the
thick. Baby
standard
girl
canon.
is
There is no
thick.
standard canon. But in this,
Woohoo!
Gwen has taken on the mantle of Spider-Woman, but we'll call her Spider-Gwen because Spider-Woman is in this update. Very different. And,
Now that's fine, since he's getting a
yes,
uniform and an advancement
Gwen
skill.
and the
That's
symbiote
fan freaking
have,
tastic, guys.
bonded.
Fan freaking tastic.
And Gwen is at a very vulnerable time in her life, and maybe she's not as strong-willed as she might normally be. And what the symbiote does is it helps you, it bonds with you as a host, and then
Right.
you kind of want to live out your deepest and darkest wishes. And they could be very violent and they could be evil, but that's part of the conundrum that Gwen has to face.
Right. But she is,
Well,
baby
players
girl
will
is
look
looking
forward to
thick.
that. And also, I noticed
Show us her
also
skills,
the
boys.
model itself, you actually see she's holding a phone. Do you know anything about that?
I do, but I don't have 10 minutes to tell you how that's going to work. It does bridge into another awesome crossover, though.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll save that for the fans who want to go to the comics. With that said, let's go ahead and just jump straight to Gwen herself.
Right.
Okay, so with this uniform, Gwen has 5 new skills. First is the Web Swing Slash. This is a basic fast slashing attack that deals web damage and just webs up your opponents.
Well, and then we also see her swinging around, and depending on your personal views on this horrifying / awesome symbiote tongue coming out of Gwen's mouth, flailing around,
It's flailing about.
threatening us all.
Alright.
That does, again, pretty basic attack. Next one's a little bit more cool. This is the aerial cartwheel. The aerial cartwheel skill, as you can see, Gwen just dances about around foes while dealing a projectile attack.
I love how dance
Shadowland
her
skill.
movements are.
Next up is a pretty cool one. This is the Symbiotic Embrace.
Hmm.
Gwen actually draws from the strength of her symbiote.
This
to
skill is
boost
completely
and improve
different.
Her attack and accumulate true damage. This is definitely
Wow, accumulation.
Will be implemented with her other skills.
Told you, she's giving into the symbiote.
Wow.
I had a symbiote I draw from strength too. During her spider domination, not only does Gwen gain frenzy to buff herself, but also her symbiotic allies as well.
I love the way that you can see this void forming, and it makes so much sense with how the symbiotes work as sort of a hive, and being able to
Means
communicate
whoever
with
in
each
that
other.
radius of the
That's the way.
symbiotic void
Yeah, just
will
like
get the
vampire
buffs,
and
right?
symbiotic. Again, everything about this is visually stunning and great.
Absolutely,
it really gets you into what's
absolutely.
intriguing about the symbiotes, how they're stronger
Mhm.
together.
Right.
The fifth, but not final skill, is the Web of Horror, which is
What?
Here she gets a 50% attack buff. For her
This
next,
initially it seemed like
cyclical skill.
it'd be wings.
Cool, like that flip.
What the hell?
Yeah.
You can
Oh
just see it all.
boy!
Symbiotes just trend, it's at the top of the screen.
That's
How unless there's a
Freaking awesome, guys. That's freaking awesome.
Oof. Yeah, I like how it combines with her color scheme.
Whoa.
So as we mentioned before, in addition to Spider-Woman, Gwen will also be given an awakening skill. This
Right.
skill is called the Raging Ghost Spider.
I guess it will be just copy paste of the Spider-Woman skill.
However, if you play as Gwen or Silk, after Spider-Woman ends the attack, she'll tap out with a nice friendly high five.
Aw.
Right. So as far as the dev recommendations, the devs say that the last attack of all her skills will actually continue to attack even if they're combined with other skills that are in use. So therefore,
Right.
it is recommended that you use skill 5 for the buff, and then combine it with skill 4. For their recommended developer combination, they recommend use skill 5, cancel it, and then use skills 4, 2, and 1.
All right, very good.
Wow.
Right?
Cool.
That does it for Spider-Gwen. Now we're going to move on to, I'm sure the fans have been waiting for,
Venom. We are
Venom. Fans
Venom.
have something to be excited about this update. As he not only
Okay,
has
so it's the initial look of the
which
Venom,
we'll
right?
touch on
Not the
later.
final armored form.
You probably already know what that is. But Kim, what can you tell us about Eddie Brock's new look?
Well, this comes from War of
Those are the
Thrones,
Nordic
which is
blue
by,
runes.
favorite writer of mine, Donny Cates, and
Right.
it has a very different take on Venom. I think we just need to, we gotta look at him. It's stunning. The first time I saw
Whoa,
this,
X.
It's definitely one of the most unique looks of all his uniforms. Not just the zombie one. The zombie one was one of my personal favorites. But
I think this one is really intriguing. This is one that I feel I should have.
Oh no, for sure. Like just on the side note, when I was testing some of this out,
Wow, the
I'm
Rams.
definitely going to be purchasing this uniform. Just a personal bit for me. There's a lot of skills in here that are just visually,
Right.
like amazing. And again, we're gonna not to hype it up too much, but we're just going to go ahead and dive right in. So with this uniform, Venom has, of course, 5 new skills.
5. So all skins are changing, right?
Which is pretty dope for a first attack. So here, after knocking enemies back with his axe,
Whoop.
he uses his symbiote to draw them back in to deliver a final hit with the axe that reaches a larger.
Although it's
you can see
not a wall boss skill, at least toward the beginning of the skill.
That first attack alone, that's pretty dope.
Right.
You know, start big, middle big, and big. The strategy.
So only the middle part of the
another
skill is
pretty awesome
iframe.
attack. Here, Venom lets out a roar that causes pieces of himself to launch out and then
Right.
hunt nearby enemies. Now, enemies that are caught in range of his shout will be installed with fear and run away.
Right.
And his infection, if it reaches them, decreases their defense. This skill is called
Okay.
the Symbiote Infection.
Oof.
Let's look at that. Roars.
If it has
shark-like
ignore
teeth,
immunity, that is.
run at you, and if they catch you, lowers your defenses. So
He is just scary in all aspects.
the third skill is pretty okay. This is the Norn Axe Slice.
Whoop.
It's simple but devastating.
And it has protection, boys. Invincibility it does has.
That are in range. Nothing too special with that attack, but I mean, there's plenty other attacks to look forward to. This skill will definitely be a favorite for many. For the symbiote web, Venom leaps the air and then lands
Whoop.
to create a massive symbiotic web.
Ugh.
The target he lands on will be given silence, while those that are caught in the web will have their stats decrease until the web actually explodes. And that's not even
Silence, boys,
Notice those
silence.
little black blobs around Venom, well, you can actually run around and collect them to gain HP.
Okay.
So something that disturbs me the most about the symbiotes is their mouths. So when he opens his mouth like that, it's so scary. And then, I mean, like I mentioned before, the symbiotes, they operate as a hive. When they work better together, they're stronger together. They know more. They're more powerful.
Symbiotes stronger together.
So yeah, I think this is the perfect uniform for this month, the scariest time of the year, because I'm a little scared of him.
Most people are. I'm probably in that
Right.
category that's both afraid and just like in awe of just everything about Venom. And again, this uniform,
Afraid and excited,
it's gonna be the
I'd say.
So the next skill is
The fifth skill.
the White Thorn Explosion. So with this skill, Venom
Whoop!
moves an enemy's
Whoa!
around and
Whoa!
snares them, being
Awesome
unable
skill,
to
guys.
all while increasing his
I'm
attack,
digging this, right?
damage,
Both Spider-Gwen and Venom.
HP. And then that's loose a
Superb.
massive explosion.
Fan-freaking-tastic, right?
Yeah, it just keeps getting better. And of course, now we have what everyone's been
His
waiting
tier
for.
3 skill, boys.
Venom now has tier 3.
Yeah!
Whoop.
For
You
those of
guessed
you-
it, everyone.
The players have been waiting for a long time. Yeah, like especially me when I first started this game. Venom now has a tier 3, so something I'll be excited for. Anyway, let's go ahead and just take a look.
Yep.
So here, let's just watch the skill first. Yeah, so this is
Silence.
it's called the Vicious Hunt.
Whoa!
So it's silent
Dinosaur!
his foes.
Freaking.
Additionally, stats that apply
So-
to Venom are accumulated
Wow.
damage, increase in penetration rate, and also additional attack.
Wow.
overall,
Dinosaur.
and get his defensive and attack
Freaking.
stats.
And a dinosaur.
And this is an answer that comes out of nowhere. Everyone
This
knows
is something new, boy. This is something new, boy.
Gosh.
That
What's the
animation,
most
that's
terrifying
freaking
creature you can
awesome.
think of? A dinosaur, but also a symbiote. Okay, put
A
it
symbiote dinosaur.
in. Yeah.
Huh?
So as for the developers recommend using the accumulated damage stats gained from his skill 5 and then combine them with the other skills.
Right.
So, and as far as their recommendation combo, they recommend skills 4, 5, and then 3.
Very good. Thank you, Cage. So that's not really all that's going on. I mean, that's all that's coming in the main update, but there's
Okay.
some more details to come, right?
That's right, Kim. Similar to previous updates, some characters will be given at least one character will be given a new uniform. So starting with the first, which will be Miles Morales. His new uniform will be available.
Okay.
for
Oh,
update.
so it's not
And
Carnage,
also,
it's Miles.
Silk, who will not be given a new uniform, she will be given an awakening skill later on a further update as well.
So she
Very
gets
good.
the
So
Elsa
stick
treatment.
around, look for
That's
those. Audience,
sad.
we have another task for you, but now it's harder. What is your favorite thing you've seen so far? And yes, I am including
So,
the uniforms. Please let
what
us
the
know
frick
in the comments.
happened to now?
All right, Cage. I think there's a little more you've got to tell me about.
That's right. In one of the latest teasers, we do have a tiny, just a tiny bit of a additional update, and that has to do with World Boss. So a new and challenging addition has been added to this game mode, as Knull, the god of the symbiotes, has actually arrived, providing a new level of difficulty not yet seen or compared to, or can be compared with, to other world bosses.
No, because Knull is so scary.
Mhm.
Well, you think there's a planet of symbiotes, but it's not. It's a bunch of symbiotes kind of just hiving around Knull in the middle as he can control anything, any symbiote anywhere in the universe. And he's a lot. He's a very strong foe. So good luck to you when you see Knull.
Yeah, he's definitely a force to be reckoned with. For starters,
Wow.
difficulty is set to Legend. There's only currently one difficulty at the moment. And this mode can only be accessed by characters who have reached Tier 3 or Awakened status. So that's all the details we have for you right now. Look forward to more information over time, such as in the past.
So Null is
We hope you all
World Boss,
and we look forward to seeing you.
but you cannot play him as a character. Does
Yes,
that
stick
make
around.
really
I want to
sense?
see if there's anyone who can meet this challenge, because it's a lot. It's a lot.
We have some of our team
Well,
members.
doesn't
that
make
tried this,
sense
such
to
as
me.
Will and Justin, and even they had difficulty.
Well, we have to wait for the beta APK.
That's what we can
I'm not
see what
sure.
the players can do.
All right, everyone, that about does it for us this week. As I mentioned, this is a bit of a shorter update.
Yeah,
for you,
not much
and
in the
I hope
update,
you've
guys.
enjoyed all of the new improvements.
They didn't have
that
much for
we've
the
today,
symbiotes.
including new characters, Spider-Woman and Scream, new uniforms that we have for Venom and Gwenom, or Spider-Gwen to become Gwenom technically, and then we have some more to come,
Right.
including Miles Morales and an awakening for Silk, on top of Knull coming.
So
to
Miles
us,
Morales is
and
getting a uniform but no
Cage,
awakening or
thank you
tier
for being here
3.
to guide us through it.
Silk is getting an
Again, this is
awakening
definitely
but no
a very
uniform.
Crazy updates. Again, when I first started
Strange.
this game, Venom was one of the first characters I tried to acquire, and seeing having an update alone based on the symbiotes and seeing characters such as Spider-Woman, Scream, and like just Venom in general, it's great to have. We look forward to it, and we definitely can expect.
I don't know.
Keep an eye out for the
They
patch.
haven't said anything about Null or
It's
neither
pretty great.
Carnage.
I can easily keep going on how.
I mean, the update is good, but at the end of the day, it just leaves a kind of a
It's an
bitter
amazing one to
aftertaste
draw off of, and
in
it's
my
really
mouth.
fun that it's
Right?
coming to the game now.
Yeah.
And thank you for joining us, agents. We
And
enjoyed talking about all of this with you, and I
well,
hope you
Silk
enjoy
got the short
what's
end
to
of the
come.
stick, boys.
Until next time, thanks for watching.
Bye bye.
Thanks, Kim. Thanks, Cage. Wow. Alright, guys. So that's it for the particular video, and I'll also mention the crystal coupon code winners in the description below. So don't forget to check them out. All right, so congratulations to all the crystal coupon code winners. Take care, have fun.